In 2013, I was the first person to get video or pictures of the bottom of Lake Tahoe. Lake Tahoe is 1,650 feet at its deepest point.
The scientists were telling me there's no point looking down there because there's no life. All freshwater life can only go about 400 feet deep, but
there is life down there. There is a giant creature roaming the waters of Lake Tahoe. It might sound crazy, but I'm about to find it. I've been an engineer for years, and what I do for a living is I drive $66 million ROVs offshore. Every day we're finding stuff that people think doesn't exist. I'm also a technician for these vehicles, and I have been building them because it's extreme depth. I'm the only person exploring Lake Tahoe.
Petley is the first to record video from the lake's deepest levels.
I'm looking for anything that's interesting, looking for wildlife. Here we go.
Let's go. After I was on the news, I started getting lots of people writing me and saying, hey, I seen this giant creature.
they say they've seen a creature kind of skim along the surface, and it's just massive and black. And what everyone says is it's really shiny. And I was like, that's crazy at first. But when I heard the same thing from a couple people, I started thinking, wow, that's pretty interesting. These people don't know each other. And then I learned about the Native Americans before we were even around, talking up with the same story basically too.
I've been a captain on this lake for 35 plus years. I was out on Lake Tahoe with a friend of mine, and we saw something that I cannot explain. It was massive. It had a flat head. It had a big hook jaw, massive teeth, silver scales. It was so shiny. It was some type of a prehistoric looking fish. It was incredible. I've never seen anything like that before. I was talking to the chief of the Washoe Indians. I had mentioned to him my fish story, and he said, Donnie, there's things out in this lake that nobody has ever seen.
I started out as a complete skeptic, but I discovered a lot of creatures that nobody thought were down there. Large fish, jellyfish. I've been recording a lot of things that I don't even know what they are.
This is one of the things that I don't know. Then I start hearing echolocation. That kind of blows the pants off of science right there, because only mammals use echolocation. And there's no way a mammal could be at the bottom of Lake Tahoe because they breathe air. Pretty clearly, that's echolocation. And that's why I started thinking, holy crap, there's something big down there that's hunting. I'm hearing this miles away in different parts of the lake. And the chance if it was just one, this thing following me around is pretty low. I think there's a ton of these things.
The average life cycle of a lake is only 10 to 20,000 years. Lake Tahoe is over 3 million years old.
An old lake like Lake Tahoe that has been in the same state for 3 million years, there could be some very interesting life in there, because that is an evolutionary time scale. That is enough time for a species that maybe even was a surface species to slowly adapt to deep water living.
I was getting lots of offers for people to come and help me. Noah was also really interested in exploring deep bodies of water. He has a history in evolutionary biology, and he was able to point out a lot of things I haven't thought out before and push me, give me the motivation to explore the lake.
ROVs are expensive, and it's hard to get something down that deep. But Chase can do it.
The kind of robots that explore extremely deep water are really expensive to build, and it takes full engineering teams to put these things together. There's no chance that anyone's ever going to bring one of these multi-million-dollar world-class ROVs to Lake Tahoe. It would be just about impossible. And that's a big factor why nobody's explored it yet. But since I do this in a professional life, what I'm doing is building an ROV in my garage that will go to the bottom of Lake Tahoe and explore it all perfectly. And be able to do it from a small boat. It's taken me 10 years now to get the kind of camera equipment, lighting, and figure out all of this to build such an ROV.
Very soon, this thing will be in the bottom of Lake Tahoe, exploring for not only days, but perhaps weeks at a time.
It's going to be the largest underwater tracked vehicle privately owned on planet Earth.
I guarantee we're going to discover a new species or something very interesting about Lake Tahoe and our past. Monsters aside, Lake Tahoe has no shortage of legends, no shortage of mysteries to be solved. It's always been a legend of being a body dumping ground for the mob. There's shipwrecks down there. Chase has filmed some.
So I think there could be a lot of things to discover in the lake, even man-made. Lakes are really unexplored. we have to start looking at other lakes and even deeper lakes. There's the Great Slave Lake in Canada. That's much deeper than Lake Tahoe. There's been a lot of monster reports in Lake Baikal, but no one has the equipment to explore the bottom of it. It would be an easy thing to take this ROV that I've created and go and see the rest of the lakes around the world.
We're starting with Lake Tahoe, but we have grand plans to go other places. This is a map of the 100 deepest lakes in the world. This is deep water lakes with monster legends. We've got a cluster up here in kind of around Oregon, Washington. We're starting with species, looking for monsters, things like that, but we want to be able to look for underwater cities, underwater civilizations. They found multiple of these stone circles underwater in the Great Lakes. This is Roman trade routes. Look at the amount of them that went over deep water. Imagine what's hiding in them, and nobody's gone there. Chase has got stuff that can go down that deep, and he's working on an exploration ROV that can drive that deep. There is no shortage of discoveries to be found in deep water. Somebody just needs to do it, and that's what we intend to do.
I guess a lot of people think I'm a mad scientist or just really a crazy guy. To me, it doesn't seem crazy to build a giant robot, and it doesn't seem crazy to want to film 2 miles underwater. I find so much joy in doing it. It's so fun. I really plan on devoting the rest of my life to exploring deep water. I'm going to find something. It's going to blow the top off the scientists all over. Is it going to be a monster per se? Well, nothing's a monster after you discover it.